We are 3 hours into trading. It is Wednesday, January 13th. Hello, traders. Market not doing a whole lot today, but man, have we been nailing some stocks in the chat room. Unbelievable moves that we're seeing today. I'm going to put the chat room up very quickly. Going to go back to 90 minutes after the open. You can see by the timestamps right here. Long ZM, 370.170. Took gain in APPS. That was a nice one. I'm just going to scroll down. Man, there you go. Long TLRY. That was a nice gain. GME. We had a number of members who are in GME. If you've been watching the market today, you know that thing absolutely took off. Long Airbnb. Unbelievable. All of these stocks are coming up on our searches. Very easy to find. Market not doing anything, but lots of action in the market. So let's take a look and see what the heck is going on here. So we had a pretty soft day yesterday. Market tried to rally a little bit, fell sharply, tested the lows from Friday. So not only did it take out the lows from Monday, it tested the lows from Friday. We got a nice little support rally right here. That told me that the bid had been confirmed and that buyers should be back in today. I was looking for a little bit of a higher open. We didn't get it right away, but we did check the bid early today, and since then we've been rallying. Now you can see these little alerts coming up down here. I'm going to click on this and close it, but we have a new alert system within Option Stalker Pro. You run the custom search, you take the search results, you transfer them over to the custom alert window, and then you're able to get these alerts. They help you pinpoint entry points. So I'm going to see if we can find some of those during today's discussion. But before I do that, I want to get back to the market. So the bid has been confirmed. It's checked. I think that we're going to continue to rally. We're probably going to get through this high right here. And we'll go to the daily chart. You can see how the market's been bumping up against this resistance level. I think we have an opportunity for a blow-off rally. Well, what could possibly spark that? I believe that the stimulus checks, $2,000 stimulus checks, are keeping buyers engaged. We have earnings season kicking off very soon. Friday, JP Morgan will announce earnings. I don't think the financials are going to lead the rally. In fact, I think they've got a very tough environment for the next couple of years or so. They've also run pretty hard in the last month. I don't think there's a lot of upside left to those stocks. However, in 2 weeks, tech is going to start announcing. I believe that tech has fared very well during the coronavirus. I think that there's going to be a lot of anticipation. That could spark that blow-off rally. What does that mean? Well, we have an upward sloping channel here that I've been referencing the last couple of weeks. When we get long green candles closing through the top of that upward boundary, that usually signals a short-term market top, a buying climax. Everybody piles in, buy on that breakout. Bullish sentiment right now is already at extremely high levels. The fear factor, the VIX, is at extremely low levels, so nobody's looking for a market pullback. That's usually when you get that, but it would come off of a big rally. I believe that SPY 390 might be in range. SPY 400 could even be in range. But it's going to happen boom, boom, boom very quickly, and the backside is going to be equally nasty. It'll look something like this. Everything's good, 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 grind, 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 boom, 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 wham. Watch out for that. So with every day that I tell you to be cautious, I'm going to look like an idiot, because you're going to look at the market and you're going to go, ha ha, look, he missed all this, and he missed all this, and he missed all this. And those who are piling late are going to get the door slammed in their face. So if you're long, fine. Hang on, take profits, scale out on these big moves higher, but know that this is coming on the backside. And you can see that the selling pressure can be very, very heavy, because we have all of these bulls in here and they are not looking for a pullback, and that's when you can get a decent pullback. So anyway, that's what I see happening for the market. Until then, we're going to try and sell some out of the money bullish put spreads. Day trading, holy cow, we are knocking the cover off the ball. I hope that you go back and take a look at some of the stocks that I've been highlighting in my daily videos. They are doing great. I'm going to show you one today that I think has got lots of upside. I like it on a day trading basis. I love it on a swing trading basis. It happens to be right at the top of our heavy buying list. ZM, let's take a look. Let's go into the 5-minute chart. And there you can see, really, really big rally starting to pull back. Why the heck do I like it so much? Well, here you can see a downward sloping trend line that was breached to the upside. That was how it got on our radar in the first place, because I set this on a GTC basis. And as soon as that stock broke through that downward sloping trend line right in there, we knew about it. OSTK has a similar setup. You can see here that we've got another alert on EQT. What the heck? Let's take a look at EQT and see what it's doing. Oh yeah, look at that. This is a daily chart. Look at that horizontal breakout. It came up on one of my searches. I took the search results. I dumped them into my custom alerts. I've got the alert. It's showing me that it's going to try and break out to a new high for the day. We've also got the market right now rallying. Let's put the 5-minute chart up. I'm going to keep the 5-minute chart of the SPY up. I told you that I suspected we were going to be breaking out. Look at this 1OP bullish cross on a 5-minute basis. This is a proprietary indicator. It's all I need to trade the S&P futures. Love this bullish cross here. You can see it's anticipatory, and that's the rally. I think that right now we've got enough fuel to get through to the high of the day. So that's what I'm looking at right now, continued bullishness. Let's find some good stocks. ZM, I showed you. Let's go back to that daily chart, and you'll see why I like it. Let this compression come in. How would I know when it's time to get in? Click alert, click that, downward sloping trend line. When it's breached to the upside, I'll know. I could take a look at the stock. It might give me an entry point, but I like this because I feel that the stock has a chance to run off of this low. You can see that earnings gap back here in August. That has been filled. Now the stock's got plenty of room to run on the upside. We'll put up SMAs, 200-day, 100-day, 50-day, see where they come into play. You can see it's got lots of room to the 50-day and to the 100-day. There's the 200-day. Didn't quite make it down to it before finding support. I also view that as a bullish sign. Now, let's hover over the E here. You can see earnings March 3rd. Lots of time until earnings. That means that you can sell some out of the money bullish put spreads. I would confirm that earnings date though. Let me check this earnings date right here and just make sure. November 30th. March seems like a long way away, but it's possible. So anyway, you've got at least a few weeks that you can sell some out of the money bullish put spreads. I like selling them below that 320 strike price. This stock, even though it's 50 points out of the money, carries a lot of option implied volatility. I think you'd be able to sell a 320, 315 for a $1 credit. You might have to go out 3 or 4 weeks to get that. I like that trade. I think you might even be able to get long ZM in here as well, but be very patient with it. Make sure that it's got support today after a big run. GME, holy cow. We had some numbers in on that one. Look at that stock. That stock went from $20 all the way up to $38 today. Unbelievable run. 5-minute chart. Would I chase it here? Nope. I might day trade it here because it's got a nice little base that's forming here, but I'd want to see relative strength. I can't tell that right now because, look, stock has been up here, market has been up here. So I don't know that the stock would have that kind of strength on its own with the market moving higher. We're going to find some other good ones. Netflix coming up on earnings. I'm going to skip GME. CHWY, that's been a fantastic stock. Look at it grind higher. Put on that daily chart right there. You can see that beautiful breakout right there to a new all-time high. Love it. Very good. We had this downward sloping trend line right here. That's a bullish flag formation. Breakout here. I can't recall if I highlighted this one or not the other day. But I do know that I had a number of other stocks that I was highlighting in these daily videos that turned out to be very, very good. So we'll continue to go down the list, see what else we have. ZS, bullish flag. There's your downward sloping trend line. There's your breakout to the upside. new relative high. ZS looks like it wants to go also. Some of these stocks are getting super, super extended though. And if you take a look, oh, here's another one I like. I mentioned it earlier, APPS. This is a stock I think you might want to own today. Bullish flag, rally up, pull back, downward sloping channel or trend line here, violated to the upside. There's your entry point. Should get through that high. Excuse me, I like APPS. Spot. Look at Spot. Of course you remember Spot. I showed you Spot Sunday afternoon, and we went and sold a bullish put spread first thing right out of the gate Monday morning. We were filled on this. This was available to everyone. I published that video Sunday night. Texas Instruments was the other stock in that list. Texas Instruments also doing great. Each one of these trades is going to generate a 25% return in 3 weeks in the case of Spot, in 2 weeks in the case of TXN. How did I know? How could I possibly know? Because we have searches in Option Stalker that go back and check stocks historically, and we know that 2 weeks into the number, they have a 75% chance of rallying because they've done that for 3 years straight. That's the type of statistical edge that all of these indicators and these searches give you. Extreme power. Let's take a look at what we've got here, EQT, see if we've got anything else coming up. And here we've got a number of them. So we'll see, I'll show you how the alerts work. EMB, HD, HIG. Well, let's just start putting up some symbols. HD through the 100-day moving average. Doji here, that tells me that the stock has been higher and pulled back. It's in the middle of its range. Don't care for that type of pattern with the market moving higher. So I'm not going to even look at the 5-minute chart. EMB bounced off the 100-day moving average. There you've got a downward sloping trend line. I would be more interested in this if it could get through that 50-day moving average. So what do I do with that information? Click GTC, double click on the top of this candle right here. Now I've got a horizontal alert line on a good till cancel basis. If the stock gets through, I know I've got a bullish flag formation on that. Not super interested right now, but it might be a good day trade. There you can see. Nice gradual grind higher, gap higher, above prior day's high, establishes a high for the day, pulls back. Now it's going to challenge that high. I'll also put an alert right here. I may want to day trade that one. Now I'll get an alert pop-up if that happens. Take another look at a HIG, excuse me, another one on that list. Let's see what it's doing, and then I'm going to show you how all these symbols are coming to my attention. ZNGA, for whatever reason, everything's being a little bit stubborn. When I run this recording software, everything tends to run a little slow. So let's hope that this resolves itself and that I can pull up, there we go, some of these charts. HIG, let's take a look at that one first. You can see Zynga, pretty choppy, gradual upward movement, decent volume today, and that's one of the things that I'm looking for. So let's go in and let's take a look at one of my searches. I'm going to go into my searches, and then I'm going to go strong with volume, and there you can see all the symbols that are coming up. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the edit button here, which allows me to see what the criteria are for this particular search. Heavy volume today, heavy volume yesterday, great option liquidity, stock greater than prior day's high. Okay, all pretty basic stuff, but these should be some really good stocks today. That's my list of stocks. All right, now I'm going to click export symbols. I'm going to export all these, and it's going to ask me, where would you like to export them to? Well, I'd like to export them to this compression out HA2 search. And so now I am going to get custom alerts every time that those conditions are met. So I'm going to go into my alerts now. I'm going to take a look at the compression out HA2 search. You can see all the symbols that I've got in here. I'm going to click edit, and this will show me the criteria that I'm using. So let me recap. These stocks, we already know that they have heavy volume yesterday, they have heavy volume today, they are above the prior day's high, and they have liquid options. Those are true for all of these stocks. Now, we also know that the stock has been in a compression on a 5-minute basis. Excellent, because that pause gives the stock time to build the bid so that when it breaks out to the upside, which it already has done because it compressed, and now that compression has been resolved to the upside, bullish on a 5-minute basis. I also know that using the Heikin Ashi candlesticks, we have two green flat bottoms. We also know that that is a very favorable pattern that indicates trend strength. So that's what's coming up here. So I'm going to pull this down. You can see that's a nice entry point. Take a look at HIG on a daily basis. You can see how it's continuing to make a high. That's how the custom alerts work. That's how my alerts are currently working. They give me a lot to pick from through the course of the day, but you can design these to be whatever you want, whether you're looking for heavy volume, buy signals that are generated from the system, relative strength, ADX, HA patterns that we have, anything, any of these variables that we have in custom search and in custom alerts, you can choose from. And you can see them all listed here. So you're not a day trader, no problem. You're a swing trader, perfect. Just use longer term time frames. The exact search that I showed you would work very well. Instead of using a 5-minute HA2 and a 5-minute compression out, perhaps you would use a 30-minute compression out. And perhaps you'd want to use HA2 on a 30-minute basis. That would give you some really nice swing candidates. And that's how you would conduct the alert portion of the platform. You'd also use longer term variables in that custom search. I had some short term 5-minute variables, but instead you'd be focusing on relative strength on a daily basis, perhaps daily, 4-hour basis. You'd also be looking for heavy volume, good option liquidity, and longer term HA patterns. Well, let's put up a custom search and I'll show you what you would use for a longer term swing trader, so that when you turn your computer on, let's say you're an end of day trader, these stocks are queued up showing you that those conditions have been met, that this is where you want to look for opportunity. Shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes to identify really good stocks. So heavy volume today, heavy volume yesterday, those are always good to use. Let's go relative strength on SPY on a daily basis and on a 2-hour basis. And let's cast a wide net and see what we catch. There would be your stocks. This would be a good stock list to pick from. And we don't even necessarily have to have that the stock was above the prior day's high. As long as we have these other conditions in here, we know that this stock is starting to gain some momentum. There's a bullish explosion alert. Holy cow, have we had a ton of these explosion alerts today. XL was one of them that we got on. I can't even tell you how many of these we've had. So let's take a look at that explosion alert. You can see it right there through to the high of the day. That tells us we've got heavy volume right now. When we get these explosion alerts, I'll spend a couple of minutes on it. What I like to see is I like to see a long green candle. And GME was on our explosion alerts like mad this morning. Right there, right out of the gate, we had the first GME explosion alert. I'm going to go into bullish, and I'm going to click on bullish explosion alerts. These are the stocks that we've been alerted to already today. Now, once they're in this list, we can go back and review them. But the key, and there's ZM above a trend line. Remember that alert that I set? That downward sloping trend line? It's telling me, hey, Pete, you might want to keep an eye on it. You know you want to get long. Not just yet. I'm going to drop another alert. Let's see if we can get through this horizontal price point. I'll drop another one. I may not be quite ready, but I do want to get in on this one. So I'm going to conclude this video pretty quickly. Look at the alerts that have come up, the bullish explosion alerts. Bullish explosion alert right there. Look at the upside, 49.50 up to 59.25. Think of the money you could make there. These alerts come out instantly because I know what that volume is. There's another good one right in there. For most of these, I'm in. And if I don't see immediate follow through, I'm out. Look at the GME bullish explosion alert. That was just a crazy one. Stock getting back on track here. Looks like it still has a bid. Market moving higher, trying to get through that high. It has gotten through the prior day's high. I think the market's going to continue to move higher. This is how we mine for stocks. During the day, we use the same principles for our swing trading. We just go out a little bit further in time. Lots of tools. SPOT, TXN. I showed you those two trades Sunday night. You had every opportunity to get in those trades with us Monday morning. I hope you joined us. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on your notifications and you'll never miss one of these videos. I promise you, I'm always going to have great trades in each one of them. APPS, love it. ZM, love it. Focus on those two, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.